what's going on? It's Erin here. I hope you're doing well. It's Wednesday morning and yes, we're still in the middle of this heat wave here. We're in kind of the hottest days of the week where I am, and yeah, it's already over 30 degrees out there, Celsius, so yeah, it's smoking hot. And so I have some moves for you today. They're not overly intensive, but they're great to really target in and focus on a couple of muscle groups to really feel that you work without really overextending yourself, especially if you don't have air conditioning like us here. Gets a little bit too hot to be doing cardio every hour or having a big cardio workout. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus in first. The first move is a bit of a thoracic spine opener. So if you don't know what the thoracic spine is, there's a bunch of parts to your spine, right? Cervical here, your neck, lumbar spine, lower. So you think of thoracic kind of in the middle, around your rib cage. So opening up and being mobile through the rib cage, through that thoracic spine, in through the chest here is really an important thing, especially if you're dealing with asthma or anything like that. Really creating space through there will help your efficiency, will help you feel better when you're breathing. And also in exercise recovery, you can also do this stretch to help open up through the intercostals, what we call it, through the rib cage muscles, as well as through the thoracic spine. So getting at a little bit of mobility through our spine, super duper important, especially, I mean, we're kind of mostly stuck inside here. We don't have air conditioning, like I said, so we're just kind of keeping low key and mellow. And gets super duper hot. It's over 30 degrees inside the house in the evening. So yeah, not running around doing doing cardio. We're just kind of sitting around most of the time in the heat because it's too hot. So here's a couple of things that you can do to target into muscles, increase your mobility, and feel great throughout this whole day. All right, so first one, and again, so you can do this either on the floor, you can do this on a couch or on your bed. So all of these moves can be done. The harder the surface, the better, just so you can, for your wrists and all that. All right, so first one, you're getting into a quadruped position, which we call all fours. So when you're getting onto all fours, you want to make sure that your wrists are right under your shoulders, okay? Your knees are right under your hips, all right? And your fingers are spread out nice and wide. Always think about pressing the ground away here, so not collapsing in through the shoulders or arching that low back. So you want to pull the belly button in, squeeze your glutes, and then press the ground away. At this time, what we're going to do is we're going to plant and focus in on supporting through both knees and through the one arm. We're going to take one hand over to the ear, okay? And from here, we're just going to open up. So bringing the elbow up to the sky, trying not to like overstretch or lift the knee or really rotate those hips, trying to open it. So just go within whatever's comfortable for you. You'll feel that bit of tension. Hold it there for a second. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're gonna rotate down, okay, and try and touch that elbow to your wrist. Exhale, inhale, reach up, exhale. So you really feel it kind of working right in through here. That's what you want. If it's uncomfortable for you, maybe take a breath in that spot. Try to relax the body as much as possible. So you could do 5 to 10 each side. Then you'll just switch arms here, opening up, rotating down. Okay, open, inhale, in, exhale. All right. That's your first move. Actually, from there, all you're going to do is you're going to take the whichever arm, so in my case, it's my back arm. So you're going to take one arm down to the floor. So forearm down, fingertips are facing out to the side. And you're going to open those hips just a little bit. So make sure those hips, knees are right under the hips again. Okay, you're kind of getting a bit of a twist in here. You're going to plant your front arm there, and then we're going to go into some hydrants with a leg extension. So supporting through here, you want to make sure that you're not collapsing again through the shoulder. I'll show you from this angle, not collapsing through the shoulder here. You want to make sure that you're nice and strong, pulling the shoulder back from the ear, engaging those lats. All right, so on this angle, plant that hand. You're going to pull the belly button in, squeeze the glutes, and you're going to take your knee to 90 degrees and lift that leg up. Now, because we're slightly, we're lopsided here, we've got this back forearm on the ground, you can open up a little bit through those hips. So sometimes if you don't have great hip flexibility or hip mobility, and you're trying to do hydrants, like I only get to here before I have to think about engaging and compensating with other muscle groups and opening up through the spine. So what we can do here is it already allows us to open up those hips to maintain that neutral spine a little bit. So you can bring that leg up, and you're focusing in on your glutes here. And then what you want to do is, if you can, extend that leg. Okay? If not, leave it bent. Extend that leg, and then we're going to take it back and squeeze up and back, pointing those toes, keeping the belly button nice and tight. Okay, if you're feeling any pressure in your shoulders, you're going to kind of move back a little bit, shift that weight, make sure it's over the knees and your core is engaged, supporting. So hold, back down and out and in. Okay, so up, extend or not, back, and lift, squeeze. I'm not taking it into my back, okay? I'm not pulling the belly button down, just lifting the glutes until you feel that tension and that squeeze, and back, okay? If that extension is not an option for you, you can just stick with hydrants, okay? Focusing in on the glute med, glute min, or you can just take it back, lift, squeeze, okay? Back in and down. So your other knee and your other glutes are going to be working here too. You're going to feel it through that supporting leg because you're trying to fight to keep it in the glutes, fight for that form, to maintain that good form. Otherwise, your body's just going to be all over the place. Okay, and last but not least, we're going to do some side crunches. So from there, you're just going to come onto your side. Bottom arm is straight out in front of you. There's a few different ways we can do this. Okie dokes. So one way is you kind of want to keep your bum back a little bit. Maybe your legs are straight or bent, but they're maybe slightly in front of those hips, okay? So like a banana shape almost. Then you can grab that elbow, and here is just fine. So if you want to stick with this one, just taking that elbow up and squeezing here, those obliques, and back down, all right? You can use this elbow to help you lift your upper body slightly up off the floor. So here to get a little bit more of a squeeze and a crunch. Hey, if you want to try something, you can add in a knee. So bringing the knee and the elbow together, crunching in. Think about bringing the lower rib cage down and meeting your hips. I really don't have much space here. I have like maybe an inch in between the two, okay? And out. You can take both knees, okay? Using that elbow again. Both knees crunch in and up, okay? Or you can take those knees, legs, straighten them out, straighten that arm up, and you can touch those toes, bringing it up. 5 to 10 each side. Okay, those are your moves for today. You're still gonna work up a sweat, but it's not a cardio move. Take it as slow as you want and just target in on those muscle groups we talked about, opening up through the rib cage, engaging the glutes, pulling the belly button in as always, and those oblique crunches, pulling the rib cage down towards that hip, the top of the hip bone. Okay, folks, have a fabulous day. Today is Wellness Wednesday, so I really encourage you to look into and reflect on what you're doing for your own wellness. What does it mean to you? Maybe try something new, or just try today to focus in. Maybe when you set that timer to do these moves, you can set the intention that on that hour, you're gonna do a quick mental check. Say, how am I doing? How am I feeling? How has this last hour been, or 2 hours, however long you're doing it? And how am I doing? Basically, just check in with yourself. If there's anything that you need to do, if you're feeling stressed, you need to do a couple of deep breaths. If you need to take a quick walk, I know I get super squirrely when I've been sitting too long, and then I can't focus, so I need to get up and move around, throw some laundry on, clean the kitchen, do something, and then I can come back and focus again. So whatever it is that you need to do, focus in on that, and think about Wellness Wednesday. You got it. In the write-up, I talk about a little bit of a nutrition piece that you can add into your day, adding in 1 extra cup of veggies and fruits. Most of us don't get enough, and it can be a struggle to get those in. So if you think about it, you don't have to all of a sudden have a giant salad at lunch and dinner. You can take baby steps and say, I'm gonna have an extra cup. How can you do that? Throw a cup of spinach in your omelet, scrambled eggs. You can throw it in your smoothie. You can just go grab an orange or an extra piece of fruit. Maybe instead of grabbing a sugary or a processed snack, you can go for a banana. Banana still has lots of sugar in it, but hey, it's better than eating a bag of chips. Sorry, this is a longer talk, but I used to really, and sometimes I still struggle with the idea that I don't know what to eat sometimes. So I go in, if I haven't planned, planning is awesome. So if I don't plan and I miss prep or something, sometimes that happens, and that's okay and that's normal. But I go to the cupboards and I'm like, oh, I don't know what to eat. Well, I don't, bananas have lots of sugar in them, so I can't eat a banana. But what do I do? And then I go for like a piece of chocolate or a bag of chips or something that's really not healthy when I could have just chosen that banana. So if you're anything like me and you struggle with that sometimes, just remember that if you're having 3 bananas in the day, yes, if you're dealing with diabetes or anything like that, it might not be the best thing, but it's also better than going for a chocolate bar or a popsicle or candy or an ice cream bar or anything like that. Okie dokes. So guys, after that long rant, again, have a beautiful day. Let me know if you have any questions, or let me know what you do for your wellness today. All right, take care. Thank you so much for watching and sharing.